Everyone. This short video provides definitions for the 3 restricted housing types in TRPA's Code of Ordinances and is part of the Cultivating Community Conserving the Basin project. I'm Karen Fink, Principal Planner with the Tahoe Regional Planning Agency, and I will be your host for this video. Thanks for tuning in. TRPA provides zoning, fee waiver, and other incentives for housing that is restricted to certain income levels and/or worker households. Before we get going, there are 2 other terms that will be helpful as you view this video. They are area median income and deed restriction. The area median income, also known as AMI or sometimes just called median income, is the midpoint of all household incomes in a county. It is set by the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development each year. Imagine putting all the households in the county in a line in order from the household with the lowest income to the one with the highest income. The household in the exact middle of this line would be the one with the median income. A deed restriction is a restriction tied to a property which sets limits on how the property may be used. It is a legal document. TRPA has 3 housing-related deed restriction types: affordable, moderate, and achievable. These 3 different types have a few things in common. Under the current definitions, all deed-restricted units are only for permanent residents, including seasonal workers. They cannot be used as a short-term rental, and the definitions are fully spelled out in Chapter 90 of the TRPA Code of Ordinances. Now let's get into the definitions themselves. Deed-restricted affordable housing can only be used by a household making less than 80% of the area median income. It's important to note that TRPA's definition has changed over time, and earlier definitions varied. An example of someone who qualifies for affordable housing today would make less than $72,000 a year if they are a single-person household. This could include starting teachers, bus drivers, medical assistants, and service workers. Moderate housing is reserved for households that make less than 120% of the respective county's area median income. This could include workers like radiology technicians, social workers, higher paid teachers, police officers, and some management positions. Achievable housing is a definition specific to the Tahoe Truckee region. The main way to qualify for achievable housing is that at least one occupant of the household must work at least 30 hours per week for an employer within the Tahoe region or Tahoe Truckee Unified School District. So someone who mostly works remotely would not qualify. There are a few exceptions to this requirement, which are explained more fully in Chapter 90 of TRPA's Code of Ordinances. While there is no income cap on the achievable units, since the pool of buyers does not include second homeowners, achievable units are usually smaller in size than most new houses built today. The most common type of achievable unit is an accessory dwelling unit, also known as a granny unit or mother-in-law. Finally, we would like to note that you may hear the term affordable housing used in a general sense. The Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development defines affordable housing as housing for which the occupant is paying no more than 30% of gross income for housing costs, including utilities. TRPA staff and partners will often use the general term affordable housing when we're speaking of overall goals to provide more housing in the region for local residents and workers of any income level. Thank you for listening, and we hope you will take our survey to let us know whether you found this video helpful, how we can improve for future videos, and other topics you are interested in. Thank you.